I'm Bill Hart, and I was a member of the building committee that Rick Anderson put together when the church burned down. I know he offered to do it and did such a good job. I can't imagine our new building without Rick having been a part of it. Rick was very good at keeping us moving, keeping us on target, taking care of all the budgeting aspects, working together with the builder, the architect, and the church leadership to bring about the building that we have today. And to take that skill that he had as CEO of Moss Adams and bring it down to the island here in Bethel, I really appreciate that capability. Rick's been able to take his leadership skills that he's developed in that world and adapt them to work in the church very well.
I knew Rick, obviously, but not nearly like I got to know him during this project of raising money to build the new sanctuary. Just what he said made sense, and his vast experience in terms of what he knew just was so invaluable to this whole course of events, and I'm just sure that without him, we could not have made the fundraising go as smoothly and as quickly as it did.
Rick's leadership, business, and accounting skills have benefited Bethel in so many areas, and he's a good cook. He doesn't mean salmon on a barbecue, but
by spending so much time with Lori, I think Julia is learning responsibility, how to give back, how to share, patience. She's learning perseverance, dedication, that some things aren't always easy and they require a lot of work. That's what Lori does with her horses. She works with those animals every day, and she's just taught us such a great work ethic with the animals. Then she works and she works and she works with them. And it rubs off on us. We work and we work and we work with them. It's really weird because we're going to be separated. We've been together every day for 2+ years. It's kind of like it's not really real to me. And when they're gone and the farm's empty and we're here, that's going to be hard. Ah, can you believe it?
Now she's gonna cry.
Well, Lori stepped in and helped us with Awana right from the beginning. She worked with Cubbies. She was our secretary. She had worked with Awana prior to Vashon having Awana. So she kind of helped us organize ourselves. And then eventually she came in and helped with being commander because it was too much for us all to manage. So Rashinda and I kind of do the stuff up on the stage because Lori is more of a quiet supporter. She doesn't like being up in the front, but without her, we might be a little bit lost. She keeps us organized and gets us all ready, and she's happy to not be in the spotlight. And that's probably why people don't see her in as many pictures, but she's such a valuable, integral part of our Awana team, and we're going to miss her desperately. Lori is patient. She's an encourager. She is faithful in prayer for all of us. She does all the little things behind the scene that nobody knows about, but that makes Awana tick consistently each week. She comes in wherever she's needed. She helps with my handbook group. She loves the boys. She's patient with them and helps them learn their verses when, some kids come and they don't have help at home, and so she'll work with kids one-on-one. She floats around on Thursday nights to find out where help is needed. Lori has a heart for the outreach that Awana does. We have over 80 kids coming every week, and many of them come from unchurched homes. And she encourages those kids who aren't getting help at home with their verses. Awana reaches out to families with big events to encourage families to come in with our Grand Prix, with the Awana Games, and with Bible quizzing. We get parents in there cheering their kids on, and some parents who wouldn't be comfortable coming into a church otherwise come in because of Awana to cheer on their kids. And hopefully we plant seeds in the parents, and the kids are coming home and practicing their verses and learning about Jesus. And Awana's just an amazing program for the island, teaching God's word, being bold with it. It's good to see all those kids as little shining lights in Chautauqua wearing their Awana shirts to school, and Lori's just a big part of that, encouraging the kids and encouraging the leaders.
Well, Lori was on the board of Island Christian School, and she also volunteered in my classroom, and she would just do whatever needed to be done. And, going through old pictures, trying to find Rick and Lori in photographs, you can't find them because they're always behind the scenes. I don't know if many people know how much Lori has mentored young mothers, myself included. I remember at Island Christian School, we were having a going away party, and she and some other board members were there, and I was just having this surreal moment because it wasn't just the end of the year for me. I wasn't coming back. I was pregnant with Kendall, and I wasn't coming back, and I was a little teary, and she said, "Why are you crying?" And I said, "I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I'm not going to be teaching anymore. I'm going to be home." And she said, "Rashinda, before you know it, the days are going to be filled, and you're going to wonder how you even had time to work." And I just thought, really? And she was right. During these 14 years, she has always given me a message of wisdom, and godly. It's always been godly wisdom too. I know there's other younger moms too that she's doing the same thing too. She just has this wisdom about her, and just really takes the time to get to know people.
So we had a trip to Haiti, and we had some people who wanted to go on the trip who we knew would be very effective in ministering there, but were in need of the plane tickets. And so Rick and Lori stepped up and offered to let us use some of Rick's frequent flyer miles. I found the flights that we needed, but for the dates that we needed them, all that was left was first class. So I called the Andersons, and asked if maybe, just maybe, we could buy first class tickets, and they did let us do that, which used up, I believe, 250,000 frequent flyer points. It ended up being a huge answer to prayer, because by putting them in first class, we had 70-pound bags instead of 50, and I think 2 or 3 per person instead of 1. So I went from being able to pack like 50 pounds of stuff per person to being able to pack, I think, 210 pounds of supplies. And when you're talking about formula and for babies and things like that, it's a huge difference. That was a big answer to prayer. I know that was about as many frequent flyer miles as Rick racks up in a year, so that was a huge gift to those kids.
I just say they're just very generous, give a lot of their money, their time, their talent, their resources. They're givers and lovers.
They are generous beyond imagination with everything.
I guess the other thing I would say is, just when I think of Rick and Lori, I think of give, give, give. I just see them give of their resources and their home. Lori and her ministry with the horses, and their time and their energy, and I think they're an amazing example of being faithful stewards of really all the different aspects of what the Lord has blessed them with. I see them just give a whole bunch.
Thank you, Mrs. Anderson. 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 Thank you, Mrs. Anderson.